Yes, reflection. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing so well. Feeling at peace in my space, music playing. Whew. Stephen Hartburn, thank you. Grateful for another day of upping these levels. So today, I'm going to be explaining something that all of us share. Something unique to you, but unique to me as well. Something that's going to help you to push yourself further in any of your professions. But before I get into it, I'm just going to let you know that I'm Obi, and here at Obi Wellbeing, we give you hints, tips, and advice which can help you to improve your well-being in your life. This is mental, physical, and spiritual learning as we up these levels. Okay. The subtle body. I don't know if you've heard this before, you might have. I'm going to clarify. The subtle body is the conscious energy field that we sense. You've probably heard of the mind-muscle connection or the mind-body connection. You might have heard of the term proprioception or awareness of your body in space. This is what I'm talking about here. It has other names. It's named the inner body, as Eckart likes to call it, the emotional body, and also the light body as well. Now, the Nazareth said, "Let thy eye be single, and thy body will be filled with light." One more time. Let thy eye be single, and thy body will be filled with light. But how can my eye be single? I mean, I got two eyes. Okay, this is how. Close your eyes. You can still see. If anything, your focus is, well, it can be greater and it can be more blurry. Now, when we close our eyes, we're seeing through our mind's eye or our third eye. And that is how our eye is single. But what does it mean to focus? To focus is to hone in on one thing. And when we look through our mind, it allows us to hone in on one thing. But how can our body be filled with light? I mean, how's that even possible? Like, well, I'm going to be lit? Like, am I going to turn into the Human Torch? When we close our eyes and we focus on our different body parts, we send awareness into those areas. Now, when we bring something to consciousness, we can also say that we're shining the light of awareness on that thing, because we can now see it under its full light. When something is dark, we can't see it, we can't really understand it, but when we shine a light of awareness or the light of consciousness on it, then we can see it clearly. So when you're focusing with your mind, your eye is single and your body is filled with light, because you can now tap into very easily the conscious energy field or the subtle body. Okay, this is all well and good. I'm talking all these quotes. I'm telling you about this subtle body in the body. How is this even going to be useful to me in my daily life? At the start of the video, OB, you told me that, this is going to help benefit my life. Well, later on I'm going to discuss 10 things, 10 benefits of being in greater touch with your inner body will allow you to achieve. But before that, I just want to draw your attention to something that so many things want to grab from you and from me. So the social media, the news, television, Netflix, celebrities, other people you know, your friends, your family members. There's one thing that they all want to take from you. What is it? Money? house over than money is important to people. Your attention. Why is this though? Perhaps it's because attention is a form of psychic energy. Perhaps it's because energy flows where the mind goes. Ooh. Perhaps it's because the ego needs something to constantly identify with. And when you think about brands, you think about influencers on social media, you think about news, like the Alphabet Gang, BBC, CNN, all of these entities, they're egoic entities. And they need our attention to stay alive. The light of consciousness scatters darkness of the unconscious ego. Yeah? So something's dark and then it's brought to light when you shine your awareness on it. So by making this video, you might think, oh, why is this important? Actually, by bringing you or reminding you of the subtle body, I'm bringing this to light. And by doing this, I'm melting away the idea of separation between us and between everything else that you might encounter in your life as well. What is the ego though? The ego is what makes us see ourselves as separate from each other. Now, you might have heard bad things about the ego, you might have heard good things. To be honest, whatever label you put on it is going to be that thing, yeah? Our beliefs make it what it is. Now, it can become chaotic when there is a strong sense of us and them, because this can arise and spark conflict between the two sides. There has to be two sides for there to be things such as war and for conflict to occur. Now, shining the light of awareness, I said, scatters the darkness of the unconscious ego. Now, apart from weakening the ego, okay, and scattering the ego, what are the other benefits for being more in touch with the subtle body? Which again is that conscious energy field within yourself that you feel. You know what, before we go into the next 10 things, let's just have a little quick exercise. So I need to take your hands, stretch them out like this. You're gonna have one hand, you know, like you're, oh, hey, and then you're gonna have one up like this, like you're gonna give someone an uppercut with a slap. Hands fully locked out, you're just gonna start pulsing as fast as you can, faster. You guys have one, energy in your hands, faster. 3, 2, and 1. Now, feel the sensation between both hands. You can feel what you can feel, yeah? You can feel what you can feel. Now, going into these 10 benefits, yeah? Up these levels. The first thing, other than weakening the ego, that being in greater touch with your subtle body is boosting your immune system. We talked about wherever the mind goes, energy flows. Now if you're focusing on your body, you're sending energy to your body, psychic energy to your body. And this, when you do this, your cells rejoice. They're like, yee, they're like, woohoo, you know, they're gassed. And this is because you're giving them energy, you're giving them attention. When we are present with somebody, whether or not it's a spouse, it's a friend, you know, you're really just showing them love because you're taking time to listen to what they're saying. And we feel it. We feel it. Maybe we feel it, the lack of it, even more than when we feel it. Say, for example, you're chatting to someone and they're not really listening to what you're saying. You can feel it. You know, it's like, You don't really care. And if you don't feel it consciously, then your subconscious is picking up on that as well. Being present with someone is one of the ultimate ways of showing love, ultimately. Now, boosting your immune system, as we said, yeah? Because you're giving your body love, essentially. You're giving your body attention. You're giving your body the light of your consciousness, which is a form of psychic energy. Next thing, there's peace and joy in the moment. What we're talking about is meditation. By using your body as the anchor, the sensations of the subtle body as the anchor. And when you meditate, your vibration raises to the state where you're feeling more and more peace and joy. And it's free. It's free. Inner peace. Nothing can buy inner peace, man. The money can't buy inner peace. And it's a wealth that we can all tap into. Next, by being in greater contact and touch with your subtle body, you can feel what's wrong with yourself. Even at the onset of something happening, you can feel what's wrong with yourself. For example, on Friday, I was training, trying to balance on one hand, because we got them goals, we're trying to push ourselves. And I noticed my wrist started feeling, just like a little, because I've had like things happen to my wrist before, and I've pushed through it, trying to like go hard and whatnot. It will go away, but it's led to it being worse. So at the onset of certain things happen, I just eased back. I had already did 5 days in a row that week. I usually do 6, but then I'm like, let me just ease up. So I left it Saturday, Sunday. Come Monday, I'm feeling good. But because I'm aware of my body and because of what exercise does to your body and allows you to build this mind-body connection or proprioception, I was able to know something was going to happen and stop it from happening earlier. So that's a very useful thing. Another benefit of being in touch with your subtle body is feeling alive, almost thrill-seeking, like I'm balancing on my head and I'm trying to, do something wacky and crazy and something interesting to me. Or you might be, going on a nice big roller coaster or going for a bungee jump or going skydiving. We're thrill-seeking, we're trying to feel that feeling of aliveness. But the feeling of aliveness is always present, but just at different intensities. By being in touch with your subtle body, when everything is calm, cushy, and also when it's not, we're tapping into that feeling of aliveness, which actually makes us feel more peace and joy, and boosts our immune system, and allows us to feel what's wrong with ourselves as well. So all of these things are related. Next, by being in touch with your subtle body, it frees up consciousness. When we're thinking constantly, incessantly, we are using up that conscious energy. And when you free it up by focusing on anything, or not focusing on anything and having that space in between thoughts, you now have so much more consciousness and you can direct it any way you want. And this is where the possibilities start to increase. Talking about possibilities, that's the next one. When you're in the zone, or when you're in the space in between thoughts, you tap into infinite creative potential. So you can have insights drop down into you that you don't even know where they come from. You're just hopefully thankful that they came. And this only occurs when you're vibrating at a very, very, very high frequency. Yeah? In other words, when you're feeling that peace and joy and you're feeling that greatness within yourself and your energy is flowing in your body. Yeah? Flowing in your light body. Next, you connect to the greatness within and without, and you realize that there's no boundary. Yeah. Les Brown talks about you got greatness within you, and I never really I understood that on more of a, it's funny, but in more of a superficial way until I started meditating, and then I realized, wow, there's literally infinite possibilities to this. You know, everything that's created outside is created inside here first. You know, houses. You know, earlier on I was looking at a blueprint for a estate which is being built, and I just thought somebody thought about this looking this way, and now it's on paper. And even after being on paper, it's being currently being constructed. So the power of the mind, like, this is really what we need to be accessing. Hence why we're here making this video. Now, the next thing, the next benefit of tapping into this subtle body, you know, that constant energy field within us, is transmutation of emotion. This one is kind of related to feeling what's wrong with you, or feeling what's right with you in another way, another sense. By being in contact and in touch with your subtle body, you feel what your body's trying to tell you, essentially. You know, you might feel angry, you might feel happy, you might feel sad, you might feel determined. You can take that energy now and you can direct it in with your consciousness, which is freed up into anything that you want to achieve. Similarly, the next benefit of being in touch with your subtle body is getting cues from your intuition. Again, tapping into that inner voice within you, which sometimes doesn't even speak. Sometimes it just gives you a feeling, gives you a buzz, gives you a click. Alright, the final thing is, and perhaps it's the hardest to understand and the most controversial, but experiencing your true essence. When you peel away all of the labels, you peel away, oh, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm a man, I'm a lady, I'm a black man, I'm a spiritual teacher, I'm a brother, I'm a sister, I'm a swimming teacher, I'm this, I'm that. When you peel away all of those things, all you're left with is beingness, that feeling of aliveness, consciousness. So by being in touch with the subtle body, you're feeling that true essence of yourself when all of the labels have been taken off. It's powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. Make it a practice. Spend at least 5 minutes a day being aware of the subtle body, and you can use the breath to achieve this. So clockwise up for at least 5 minutes a day. And if you're doing 5 minutes a day, why not double it? You can do some in the morning, some in the evening. But it's important that you increase the time. It doesn't have to be just sitting down, meditating, closing your eyes, listening to Stephen Hartburn. It can also be when you're boiling the kettle, yeah? Or eating your crumpets. Completely focusing on the thing that you're doing at that given time. And that's the practice of meditation. So those were some benefits and explanation of the subtle body. Enjoy. Sending you love, sending you peace. Peace.